Well, hi everyone and welcome. I am doing a keto lasagna today and I have decided to thrivatize it or add some of my Thrive Life freeze-dried vegetables to the marinara sauce just to amp up the nutrition. It does add a few carbs, but not too many. These are all low-carb vegetables and it improves the flavor and it's absolutely delicious. So what I do, I start with olive oil. And then to that, I just add several of our Thrive Life freeze-dried veggies. The chopped onions are a favorite of mine. We use them all the time. They are delicious, and you don't need too many. Here's the zucchini. The zucchini is, it's so yummy. I love having zucchini in my sauces. I add it here and there just to give my family extra nutrition. We love mushrooms, so I tend to put mushrooms and things too. If you like the flavor of mushroom, but maybe not the texture, you can always blitz these in the blender. And our tomato dices are fantastic because they're vine-ripened tomatoes that are not picked early. They're picked ripe, so they taste absolutely delicious. The garlic, don't sleep on our garlic. It is wonderful. So I add some garlic, and those are just the vegetables that I decided to put in the olive oil and saute a bit before I add the marinara sauce. I'm going to give everybody a stir so they're coated in the oil. Turn on the heat to probably medium high, something like that. And then I will add the water. So since our veggies are freeze-dried, you do have to hydrate them a little bit. They call it refreshing. So I add about 1/4 of a cup of water and then stir, and everybody gets in contact with the water, and that is how they hydrate. If you put all these veggies in the blender, you could add them straight to the marinara sauce and skip this whole step. And before I started the video, that's our ground beef. I went ahead and took about 2/3 of a cup of ground beef and about 1/3 a cup of our sausage crumbles, and I soaked them in some water. So I had a total of about 1 cup of meat, and I put probably at least half a cup of water and let them sit. And sometimes with the meat, if I want a little bit finer texture, I will put it in a small baggie and crush it up with a rolling pin. And I did that this time. So now I've just combined everything. You put it on probably medium-high heat until all of the water is evaporated. And then the veggies are just going to saute in that olive oil. Now it's time for our sauce. And there's the Rao's. I think the low-carb world can agree that Rao's is a great choice for people who are watching their carbs. I put about a cup in there to start with, and then I decided I needed to add a little bit more to make enough sauce for the lasagna, so I add half a cup right there. There was still an entire cup left in the jar. It's a 5-serving jar. So I have about 1.5 cups of Rao's marinara sauce in with my meat and veggie mixture. And then I just put the lid on and heated it through. Now here's my cheese mixture. I used about half a cup of ricotta, about 1/4 cup of Parmesan, an egg, and then lots of spices. I've got salt, pepper, garlic, oregano, basil, and some of our Thrive Life Chef's Choice seasoning, which is like an all-purpose seasoning. And that right there is my ricotta mixture. So here is what I used for lasagna noodles. I used Egglife wraps. They are basically just egg whites and xanthan gum, I think. You can make them yourself. I had ordered these off of Amazon. But see how foldable, you can fold them. You can use them like a wrap, like a tortilla. And I thought, I'm going to try using them like a lasagna noodle. So I have a Corningware dish that I think I got from my grandmother. And it's the exact size of these Egglife wraps. And so I thought, hey, I'm going to use that dish. So then I just did a layering procedure, sauce, Egglife wrap, ricotta, that's mozzarella, here's Parmesan, and then I just repeat the layers. You can definitely make this lasagna a lot simpler by just combining our meat with the marinara sauce. But I wanted to show you how easy it is to add vegetables and extra nutrition to your meal by using our Thrive Life food. And there's virtually no extra effort and no added cleanup either. I had preheated my oven to 375 and I cooked this for about an hour, 45 minutes with foil on top and about 15 minutes at the end with the foil off. That's what it looked like when I put it in the oven. And this is what it looked like afterwards. I let it sit for about 20 minutes before I cut it. And I cut it into 6 servings, but they're big servings. You could probably do 8 small servings if you served it with a Caesar salad or something like that. That would be delicious. And it actually came out of the pan great. And that's what it looks like. Look at those layers. It held up really nicely. Those Egglife wraps were total winners. I highly recommend them. Just look how pretty it turned out. You can see the chunks of tomato and the meat. The Egglife wraps did such a good job at imitating a normal lasagna noodle. I'm just so pleased at how this turned out, and my husband loved it too. Okay, I'm gonna try it. That is so good. The Egglife noodles are tender. The cheese is great. The meat is nice and meaty. Great flavor. I don't think anybody could tell this wasn't actually lasagna noodles. I love it. I hope you love it too. Well, thanks everyone for watching. I will include my shopping link in the video description below along with the recipe. So y'all take care, be blessed, and as always, keep thriving.